Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
A local family is dealing with a tragic loss due to the coronavirus. We're following details on how they are now remembering their loved one.
And we're at the facility where over half of Kern County's coronavirus tests have taken place. More from Accelerated Urgent Care coming up.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here at 23 ABC News at 8 a.m. I'm Tori Cooper. We are glad to have you with us. As always, we are going to step outside and look at what Mother Nature has in store for you. And hopefully it's a perfect day for a great activity.
Yes, it's going to be beautiful outside today, although it is going to be a little bit cloudy. We have a disturbance moving through, bringing us some possible light precipitation, but let's get to these temperatures. We are already seeing temperatures increase as we make our way through this morning, and that will continue all the way through until next week. So our temperature change map here, you can see Delano already up 10 degrees from 24 hours ago, McFarland up 11 degrees, and Bakersfield up 4 degrees from 24 hours ago. Lake Isabella up 11 degrees, and Ridgecrest up 18 degrees. We're going to continue to see that warming trend stick around, but here's a quick look at your breakfast forecast for this morning. Currently right now here in Bakersfield, we are at 50 degrees, but those warming temperatures are on the way, and coming up next, I'll let you know when.
New from overnight, flames broke out at a local elementary school early this morning, causing both county and city fire crews to respond rapidly. The fire broke out just after 4 this morning at Virginia Elementary School. Crews managed to contain the blaze. Fire officials have confirmed that no one was inside the building and no one was injured. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but we will check back in with our crews for more information later this morning. Moving on to the coronavirus, we are now learning new details about the first Kern County patient to die from COVID-19 this past Friday. This weekend, the patient's family spoke with 23 ABC's Leslie Gooden about the somber moments leading up to her death.
I love her and I miss her, and I don't want to say goodbye, but I'll see her later.
52-year-old Susana Garcia, better known as Susie Garcia, is a beloved mother and grandmother, and she was the first Kern County resident to lose her life to the COVID-19 virus. She passed away at the Delano Regional Medical Center around 2 a.m. on Friday. She leaves behind her 3 children and 7 younger siblings.
She was the rock, really, of our family. She was strong, loving, courageous. She never gave up on anything. She really was an amazing mother.
Hector Juarez says that Susie was a well-known business owner who operated furniture and sporting goods stores in Delano. Her family says her service to the community was unmatched. Hector says his mom had underlying health issues going into her battle with COVID-19. She had triple bypass heart surgery 12 years ago and nearly lost her leg after being bit by a brown recluse spider. Her family says she always won those battles, but her undertaking with COVID-19 was a lethal one. And Hector says it all began with a cough.
She consistently had a fever that was uncontrollable. It was over 100. She was having trouble breathing. They had to put her on a ventilator at one point. And eventually, up until the last moments of her life, she was battling to, fight this virus that is so crucial. And it's important that, people are aware of what the reality of this is.
Jessica Juarez says watching her mother's health plummet was devastating. Her last conversation with her mother was on Tuesday in ICU.
She was scared at this point for her life because she was definitely out of breath, and she needed to be put on a ventilator, and she didn't want that, and she begged me and she cried, and she told me to not let the doctor put her on a ventilator. It kept her alive for a few more days, and it helped her ease her pain that she was feeling.
While the family appreciates the community's support, they're also deeply hurt that rumors spread on social media claiming their entire family tested positive for COVID-19.
For now, Leslie Gooden, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Certainly a tragic loss there. All right, well, Hector Juarez says he received his test results for COVID-19 on Saturday. The test came back negative. The rest of his family is still awaiting their results as well. You can find the full interview on our website, turnto23.com. Coronavirus cases in Kern County continue to rise. According to the Public Health Department, more than 1,900 COVID tests have been issued locally. 46 residents and 1 non-resident have tested positive so far. Health officials added that there are now 932 negative cases in Kern County, while 936 tests are still pending. Officials point out that the public should expect to see the number of COVID-19 cases rise, but should also keep in mind that the number of negative results is encouraging. Officials are still withholding information about these confirmed cases. They are not releasing the general age ranges, genders, or whether a patient is among the vulnerable population. Now, this is information that most of the other counties in California are providing to their residents, but Kern County is not. Either way, we are still going to have the very latest numbers from the health department on our website, turn23.com, and we will also have another update on cases by 10 this morning. Well, as we follow the confirmed coronavirus cases right here in Kern County each day, the majority of people who are being tested are going to places like Accelerated Urgent Care, which has a special facility on Coffee Road. 23 ABC's Austin Westfall has been at the Accelerated Urgent Care throughout the morning with how testing has been going. Austin, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Tori, we first reported here about a week and a half ago. Back then, they were seeing about 150 people line up per day to get tested here at Accelerated Urgent Care on Coffee Road. Now they're seeing more like about 80 people. They're seeing roughly half of what they used to see. Let's take a look at some footage from back when they did first open their doors here to testing. Here's some footage, and I'm told that at peak times, tests were taking as long as 7 to 10 days to come back from Quest Diagnostics. But now it's looking more like 3 days. The tests are free for those with insurance and cost $55 for those without. That fee is charged by Quest Diagnostics, not Accelerated Urgent Care. The facility also says they are getting a second lab on board that's guaranteeing a 2-day turnaround. That test will be free as well, but it'll be $75 without insurance. The facility is located at 212 Coffee Road, right near the intersection of Stockdale Highway, and the hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. It takes about 45 minutes to check in and go through the testing process. That process, by the way, is usually an uncomfortable nasal swab. That's what people have told us. Accelerated Urgent Care's owner says that out of the 900 plus Kern County residents who have results pending, over 500 of them were tested here. He couldn't tell me how many positives have come from this facility. Now, if you're feeling sick and you feel like you want to get tested, we already see a couple people lining up right now. They're going to ask you 5 questions, and those are going to determine whether or not they want to test you. They're going to ask if you have a cough, they're going to ask you if you have a fever, and they're going to ask you if you have shortness of breath. The other 2 questions are, have you traveled to any of these hot spots around the country that have a lot of coronavirus cases, places like New Orleans, New York, or just down south in LA. They're also going to ask if you've been in contact with anybody directly who has the virus. Again, hours 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. For now in Bakersfield, Austin Westfall, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Thank you, Austin. Well, in other news, the Taft Prison has begun transferring inmates ahead of its closure. More than 100 inmates were moved this past week, but city officials are saying they are hoping that the transfers could be delayed. 23 ABC's Matt Lively spoke with Taft officials to find out why they want transfers to be pushed back to a later date.
Start moving 1,100 inmates all of a sudden in the midst of all of it. It makes no sense. So I am quite surprised and disappointed.
Despite the federal government asking people to stay inside and at home, the Federal Bureau of Prisons has decided to move forward with transfers. As of Saturday, NOR said no inmates had tested positive for COVID-19.
In order to shelter in place, they are in the best place they could possibly be right now. There is no imminent threat to their health and welfare.
Mayor believes most inmates from Taft will go to Texas or Michigan.
Those 2 states, which, by the way, have shelter-in-place orders as well, just as surely as our governor in the state of California does, too.
The Management and Training Corporation, which oversees the prison, determined there were structural deficiencies months ago that would need to be addressed. Now, over 300 employees will be unemployed after April 30th.
But can you imagine going and looking for a job 30 days from now, or transferring your family and looking for another school for your children or another home for your family? Right now, it could not possibly be worse.
I'm Matt Lively for 23 ABC News, connecting you.